The first transatlantic phone call was made via radio from New York City, United States to London, UK. Diamond Rush in South Africa, and 1927 was also the year Buick would build their 2 millionth car. But before getting into all of it, I'm your host, Jay. Welcome to What It's Like, the automotive channel that takes the time to feature your favorite cars that no one else knows or cares about. We dive in deep on history, specs, designs. Plus, we show these cars and what they're like. You get to see everything, all of the lines and details that you can't see from far away with our slow motion walk around at the end of each episode. We sprinkle in engine episodes and company histories as well. If any of that sounds of interest to you, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. 1927 Buick model lineup was broken down into two model lines. Standard 6, which rode a 114.5 wheelbase chassis powered by a 63 horsepower overhead valve in line 6. The top model offering over at Buick was the Master 6. With the Master 6, you got your choice of 120 or 128 inches in the wheelbase. Powered by a bigger overhead valve 6 making 75 horsepower, both models were largely carried over from 1926. Buick Master 6 could be ordered in a bunch of different flavors, which included, but not limited to, 5-person 2-door sedan, 5-person 4-door sedan, 2-door 4-person coupe, 7-passenger sedan, 7-passenger taxi cab, 5-passenger Brougham sedan, 4-passenger deluxe sports roadster, 4-person country club coupe, 4-person convertible coupe, 4-person deluxe sport tourer, and 2-door coupe, 5-person. Buick offered the Master 6 from 1925 through 1928, replacing the Buick 6, which goes back even further, dating all the way back to 1914. Buick made the 6 to be a senior car for their 4-cylinder option, serving as the junior car. In 1924, Buick would ditch the 4-cylinder engine, going all in on 6s, making a junior line, the Standard 6, and a senior line, Master 6. It's important to note, though, Buick still offered 6 cylinders past 1928. They just wasn't called Standard and Master 6 anymore. Buick offered the 6 through 1930. The overhead valve 8 would come in 1931, which Buick went all in on the straight 8 in 1931, discontinuing the inline 6. Let's talk specs. 128 in the wheelbase. It weighs around 3,735 pounds. Price, $1,525, which would be equivalent to you spending $28,394.45 the year 2025. Total calendar production for Buick was 255,160 units. Model year was 250,116 units, which includes 8,109 units were for the export market. Deluxe Sport Tourer, 2,092 units. Moving on to engine, only one engine on offer, 274 cubic inch displacement overhead valve inline 6. It was good for 75 horsepower around 3,000 RPM, 178 pound-feet or 241 newton meters around 1,800 RPM, with a bore of 3.5 inches and a stroke of 4 3/4 of an inch, 4 main bearings, mechanical valve lifters. It is back to a 3-speed manual transmission. I found this car at the Greenfield Village, part of the Old Car Festival. For those that never been there, let me tell you, it is my favorite show this side of the Mississippi. It's in a period correct town. Nothing is over 1932. Nothing is newer than 1932. And they encourage people to drive these cars in the streets. Witnessing the sights and sounds and smells, it's just awesome. This car belongs to the NB Center in Allentown. So if you've ever wanted to see this car in person, you could go there. They are in Allentown, and it is not a museum. They are an automotive heritage center located in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Their philosophy is simple. Cars are meant to be driven. For more information on the services that NB Center has to offer, click the link below after the show. All right, let's talk styling. Just take a look at this bumper profile. Notice it's bright, 2 blades. It's connected with this piece here. Just look at how it's designed. Also check out how this connects to the car. There you go, fender profile. Check out how this is embossed, and then this protrudes up ever so slightly. Headlights, which are mounted to this bar. This one's got pedigree. The radiator shroud is interesting when you take a look at it because it's not straight. It tapers as it goes up. Nice Buick logo there. Beautiful mascot. This one's got the butterfly hood with the hinge in the center going towards the single piece windshield. Fender profile going down into the running board. Beautiful wood spoke wheels with Buick on the hubcap. I love this pale yellow with this green and this red pinstripe accent. It has a single cowl vent with cowl lights, wing windows that are beveled, has the side mirror mounted to the wing window itself. Check out this rear profile, how it kicks out. The back bumpers are split, both bright. This one has 2 tires, spare tires in the back with a center brake light. So look at how that's connected. The door handle is connected to the door handle on the inside. This one's got map pockets that you can put the canvas sides in if you wish. Coming down inside the pedal box down here, clutch, brake, gas pedal, starter pedal there, gear shift selector, and handbrake. Just take a gander at this interior. Also notice the key is down here inside the shifter, which is super interesting. On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right, series of toggle switches. Check out the RPM, the tach. It's 3,500 RPM. Choke, heat controls. For the carburetor, speedometer with odometer and trip odometer just below it. Gasoline gauge, amp meter, oil pressure gauge, coolant temperature, starter button, ignition, headlights. There's a footrest. There's a footrest as well as light. Just check this out. Inline 6. You got the steering box. Intake and exhaust is all on the same side. You got the updraft carburetor. What's interesting is the piping goes over here to the exhaust. So I don't know why they would do that unless they wanted to burn it off. Horn, overhead valve, and it has these wing nuts to hold the valve cover on. Coming to the other side of the engine, just look at how clean and smooth this side is. All of the spark plug wires go into this to make it nice and presentable, so there's no wires everywhere. You have the starter down there, water pump, which is shaft driven from the huge generator. The distributor is inside. That's interesting. It's got a single belt. Gotta have your trusty oil can.
ignition on. Give it a little bit of throttle, starter pedal. So one of the things that's unique about Buick, and I'm not sure if this is the last year or if 28 was the last year, but they have a mirrored shift pattern. So it's reverse, first, second, third.
Kind of like Dodge?
Yes, similar to the Dodge, yep. So it's over and up for reverse. And I actually just drove a friend's Chrysler the first time I went to shift. I shifted it as if it was this.
You see how many times you turn that wheel? Man.
That's butter right there,
Yeah,
Jared.
it is. Great.
There's a certain reel that I want to go for a ride in.
Oh, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. You don't know what luxury is like until you ride in a flying cloud.
There you go.
On the positive side, looks similar to a Packard or a Willys Knight without all of the flash. Nice looking dash with full instrumentation. 75 horsepower doesn't sound like it would be a lot, but it's a lot for a car during this era. Against it, engine parts, body parts, people that know these cars are getting few and far between. All right, now it's time for Would You Rather. 1927 Middle of the Field Edition. Which one of these would you rather have? 1927 Hup Mobile Series E, which is powered by a 67 horsepower six-cylinder, or 1927 Buick Master 6, powered by a 75 horsepower inline overhead valve 6, or 1927 Nash with a 60 horsepower overhead valve unit. I'm going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free, pause the video. On to the second scenario. 1927 Hudson, which was about $1,000 more, had the F-Head 6, 92 horsepower, or 1927 Buick Master 6 with the 75 horsepower overhead valve 6, or 1927 Franklin Model 11B, which was powered by a 32 horsepower air-cooled six-cylinder. I'm going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free, pause the video. Now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to get both the name of the band and the song title correctly in the comments section, that's the key, in the comments section, will have their comment pinned to the top of it. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this one. Until next time, toodaloo! Welcome to the after show. This part of the video doesn't have any sound or commentary, but it gives you the opportunity to see this car in its entirety in silence. Enjoy.